Have you ever spent hours getting what you thought were the perfect shots just to come back home, open your computer, and realize all the shots were completely flat, unusable, and just uncinematic? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get the most cinematic shots possible with whatever equipment you have, first try. And the best part is, you can use all of these techniques to get cinematic shots with any camera, including the phone in your pocket, a simple light, and any product at all. So if that all sounds good to you, let's get into the video and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So the first step of lighting is actually knowing which lights to buy. So the first light that I recommend is this. This is a small rig RC60B, and this is a great light, but if you don't have the budget for this light, and it's not that expensive, but maybe you're just getting started and you don't want to spend maybe over $50 on a light plus the softbox, then another option is one of these, and I still use these all the time. I just use them as like backlights, stuff like that. I was using them in every shot in this video so far. And this is, just says LED photography light. It's from Amazon. I got a 3-pack of these. They came with the light stands, and they're pretty basic. They are adjustable. They've got filters like this that you can actually put in the front, and I will be taking advantage of this later. There are a lot of different lights that have different filters, or that you could put filters on. Get creative. If you don't have a light like this, it's okay to use a light in a room, but as you can see in this shot, the top lighting with like a warmer light doesn't look the best, so I highly suggest spending, I think it was like $35 for a package from Amazon of 3 of these, and these are not the best lights, but they're decent. So that's pretty much it for the lights that you need to buy. Now let's get into how to actually set them up to create a cinematic image. Okay, so I moved this light just so you guys can see it, but basically this is gonna come up and be top-down lighting on our subject. That's it, that's our subject. So I'm gonna film that. This is called a key light, in case you didn't know, and this is our main light source. So what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna raise up the key light on the tripod. If I had a C-stand, I would use a C-stand to get it over the subject. I do not have a C-stand. This is basically what we have now, and you can see this reflection right here, which is what I really like. By the way, you can actually get some black plexiglass that will be reflective like this on Amazon for really cheap, and yeah. So I have my key light and I have my backlight. I might actually move my backlight to this side, and now that I have my subject, I can raise up my backlight until it looks good, which I'll do more adjustments later once I actually have my camera ready on my gimbal and everything. But basically, I have my backdrop, which I'll just show you super quick. So this is my backdrop right here. It's just, again, cheap tablecloth and a green screen stand. You can use anything to hang this, this is what I'm using. So I've got my banana, I've got my camera, which I will switch to a different camera for the behind the scenes so that I can use this camera to actually film my banana. The first thing I'm gonna do is just get a nice push in. Sometimes it's easier to do the reverse of a movement and then actually reverse it. So if you need to do that, please do. It can just save you so much time in post trying to figure out how you're gonna stabilize this shaky footage that you thought was super stable, and yeah. So for example, I actually want to get a push in, but I'm gonna pull out because I think it will be a lot easier for me. So for whatever reason, my camera is having a very hard time focusing. So yeah, this might be a little bit difficult. Let's see. One more time. Please stay in focus. A little bit shaky, so let's see. Get a little bit better of a shot. So come right here and boom. One more time. Boom. Now I'm going to try pushing in and out. And in and out. And in and out. Hopefully in there, one of those shots was good enough. This can take a long time, but the important part is that you take enough shots to where when you get to your editor, you don't do what I talked about in the intro, where you have no usable shots, because I've definitely done that and it's the worst. So now I'm just gonna get some close-up shots of this banana. After I finished all the close-up shots, it was on to the next step, editing. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through how to edit the video here. If you go into DaVinci Resolve and then just drag in your clip, my video is already done, but I'm going to show you how to do this effect here that I did. So I'm pretty much just going to do that exact same thing, but again, and you can use this for multiple different parts in the clip, but basically I'm going to tell you how to do all the keyframing, the color grading, and everything like that. So first thing you want to do is go to the color tab and then go here, and you're going to draw a mask around the general shape of the banana. And now you're just going to want to play through and make sure that the banana never touches or overlaps the mask, and anywhere it does, you just want to extend it. Just like that. You can also keyframe this if you go to this tab, and you can track it and all that, but it's not really necessary. So now I'm going to use my LUT, but you can use any of the LUTs here. They have a ton of different LUTs that you can use for free, but I'm just going to use my LUT. You can also just not use a LUT and just color grade it right here, but yeah, I'm going to use this LUT and then just move this around until I like the colors. So once you've put on your color grade and you like the way it looks, you're gonna add an alpha output and connect it just like that, and then turn this off so you can kind of see how everything looks, and this looks pretty good. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. You basically just want to make sure that the whole background is an infinite black, and if you need to, you can adjust the different values here. So if you wanted it a little bit darker, like that, if you wanted it brighter, and yeah, this is not a color grading tutorial, but basically each one of these circles and bars affect a different part of the image. So like one would affect the highlights, one would affect the shadows, one would affect the midtones. Basically it works like that. But you can also just go here to highlights, for example, and bring up the highlights, bring down the contrast or up the contrast, go to shadows, you can play around with that. But basically you just want to mess around with this stuff until you're happy with it. And then when you watch it back, it should look like this. And then what I did for this clip, this one, is I went over to speed change, and you can speed ramp, but this is the easiest way to do it. You just add a keyframe here, and then add a keyframe here, and then I just adjusted this so that it was faster until it got to that one part there. And so you just want to find a speed that you like. I'm actually going to go back to this keyframe and move it to about here. Change the speed again. So now I have that effect. And I'll actually slow this down just a little bit. But basically, you just want to play around with this until you get something that you like. And I think that's pretty good. So now you're going to copy this twice. Copy and paste it twice. And what you're going to want to do is select it and then do new compound clip and create it. And then do the same thing for the other one. New compound clip. Just like that. And now when you go to the color page, it will just be solid. You won't have that mask. And so what you're going to do is add alpha output, connect it, and then go to the eyedrop tool, and then click this reverse thing. So that should take out all of the background, but if you look right here, you can see it hasn't taken out everything. So you're going to adjust the clean black and the clean white until all of the little specks of black are out of the image, but you can still see the banana just fine. So something you can do is change the position, and it's not perfect, but just for the sake of the tutorial, I think it will look pretty good. And then you can actually just Control C, Control V that one, and now you have two different clips that don't have a background and one clip that does have a background, and the backgrounds are all black. Then you're going to stack all the clips on top of each other so they're all in a column like this. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is take these two clips, but come right here, and then copy and paste them one more time. And then just come like this. So now what you're going to want to do is take this clip, and you are going to right click on it and then go to change clip speed and freeze frame. And then you're going to do the same thing for the other one, or you could just copy and paste that one, it doesn't really matter. Change clip speed, freeze frame, change. So now these two clips are frozen, just like that. And so I'm going to select these and bring them like this. I'm going to select these and move them up on top. So now they're in the right column. And then I'm going to switch these actually. so that the 2 frozen frames are on top and the 2 moving frames are on bottom. Now what I'm going to do is keyframe a rotation in both of these. So do just a transform keyframe on both clips, and then come to where the speed change was on the original clip. So right there, and come to rotation angle and do 360 degrees, just like that. So now that's what it's going to look like. And what you're going to do is right there where they stop spinning, you are going to select both of these top clips and make a cut, just like that. And then drag these over here, because for some reason DaVinci Resolve will delete everything below that if you just delete it there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come right here, and I'm also going to make a cut right there, and then drag these cutout pieces and delete them. And then I'm going to select 2 of the clips and then go to new compound clip and create it. Drag this off just for a second. Select these 2 clips, new compound clip, and create it. And then this is what it will look like. It will pretty much just look the same. But now what you're going to want to do is come to the original clip and then add a transform keyframe on both the top and middle clip, the new compound clips that we just added in, and then do it on the end of the clips as well, and change the position just like this. And then whatever that value is, just copy and paste it for the bottom one, and then come to the end here and add a minus symbol so that it is negative. And so that's what it looks like now. So if we take a look at the original clip, it spins faster and there's a bigger distance between them, but it's pretty much the same thing, and you can basically just change this up however you want. But if you look closely at some points, you can see this grain right here. So you're going to go to your compound clip and you're going to add alpha output once again, connect it, and then do the same steps we did earlier and adjust the clean black and the clean white if you need to. And then come to this clip over here and add alpha output and do the exact same thing, invert it, and then change the clean black so that it gets rid of any grain or anything. So it looks like one of these clips is still showing some grain, so looks like it's this one. I'm gonna come over here and just change it until it looks good. Clean white needs to come up. I think I'll just do clean white all the way up on both of these. Basically, you can change this up however you want, but that is the basic effect. And just because I want to, I'm just going to make these further apart. And then what I did was I selected all the clips and did new compound clip for all of them. And then you can actually do a speed change right here is where I did it. then just add a speed change keyframe there, and at the beginning of your clip, and speed it up however much you want. I'm going to speed it up a little bit more. So, and that looks pretty good to me. So I think that's going to be it for this part of the video. I know this was pretty long for this part of the video, but hopefully it helped you. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So another thing I want to cover is, what if you need to stabilize your footage? There are lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to stabilize footage, but I will show how I do it. So basically what I do is I just come to my video, find whichever part I need to stabilize, and I'm looking for a part that is already pretty stable. So I'm gonna come right here. I'll just use this. It's not gonna be perfectly stable because it is pretty shaky, even though it was shot on a gimbal, but I'll just use this as an example. Then you're gonna come down here to stabilize, and you're just gonna play around with these settings. I'm gonna do all the way smooth and stabilize the clip, and you can see right there it's already stabilized. Sometimes that this one right here, perspective, it doesn't work, and so you'll have to play around here. You'll have to adjust the smoothness and just make sure that it doesn't look weird, because sometimes it can warp and have weird effects like that. But that is basically it. And now here's the finished product. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys appreciated it. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.